I'm Bob.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Bob Greenberg. I started teaching in 1969, and I taught fifth grade and I actually taught in the same school where I was a student. And then in 1984, after 15 years of teaching, I left teaching and I became a full-time professional magician. And you can see behind me a poster of Harry Houdini. I don't know if they're
Yeah.
familiar with Houdini. And I spent the next 15 years doing magic for corporations, helping them sell their products. So I would do card tricks and get people to come uh, and look at their products at when they had exhibitions. And then in 1999, after another 15 years, I quit magic and went back to teaching. And I taught fifth grade, fourth grade, third grade, second grade, and for a little bit first grade, and then I went back to second grade. And when when I started teaching, computers were just coming out in the 70s. Um, but when I came back, we had the internet, and I started connecting my students with classes around the world. So we didn't have Zoom, we had Skype, and we couldn't do what we're doing today. We could only do one class,
Yeah.
one person and one person.
Mhm.
And then eventually we were really excited because Skype came out with a program where you could do 3 or 4 classes at the same time. And we were one of the first ones to do that. But my class was connected and doing global projects with classes in Russia,
Mhm.
New Zealand, Australia,
Oh.
Lebanon, Israel,
Mhm.
South Africa, India,
Mhm.
class in Bhopal.
Mhm.
This, I think it was the Scottish International School. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I heard it. I heard about
Yeah.
it.
And I'm trying to think if there were any other countries. We had a global newspaper
Mhm.
where all of the classes from the different countries would send stories about what was happening in their country. And then one teacher would publish that newspaper and send it out to all the classes. And we did global projects.
Mm.
For example, all the classes, there were 24 at one time. When it was the Olympics, we would all talk about our country and our favorite sport and how many medals each country won. And another project was our favorite toy project, where every kid in different countries would say, "This is my favorite toy that
Mm.
I play with." But then they would go home and ask their parents, "When you were my age, mom, dad, what was your favorite toy?" And we filmed them with our cameras and put them on the internet, all these interviews of the students and the parents. Um, then another project that everybody did was tell about their school, and they showed pictures of their school and described it so the kids around the world could all see the different schools. We had another project called A Room with a View, and every month, 12 times a year, we would take a picture from our classroom out the window
Mhm.
and show the kids in the other countries what what it looked like looking out the window, because in January they might see snow.
Mm.
In May or June they would see flowers. In September they might see leaves changing colors. So they would see, we would put down what the temperature, what the weather was, what the date was, and everybody would take a picture once a month from their room. Um, and we did a lot of, sometimes we would read the same books with other classes. We would all, and then we would talk about, say, Harry Potter, and what chapter we were on, and we would share, draw pictures of the stories and things like that. Have you guys done any
Yeah,
projects with
yeah.
classes?
So I think, Bob, I think the kind of work you did with your students, that too in the beginning of the computers era, I think. So you have just shared us that you have connected your students with many countries. In fact, even those days when you are teaching. So it's really a great, in fact, as a teacher, I have started doing these projects. I mean, exchanging the letters between my students and the other countries, rest of the world, and even these sessions, connecting my students with the rest of the best educators like you. I have been doing this for the last 5 years, but in your case, I think you did a long time ago. I think that's really something that that is quite inspirational for me. And so, being educator, I think because of that reason, I think you have had a good intimacy with many educators across the globe. Am I right? And being a teacher, and you have done many projects with many educators across the globe. Is it the main reason for maintaining the same friendship with the educators across the globe? Am I right?
Well, since I left teaching, I've remained friends with a lot of those same teachers. Like there are teachers in Russia.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that. That was one of the first ones.
Mm.
And I looked on Facebook today, and one of the girls, Veronica, is the daughter of a teacher in Russia.
Oh.
And today she is 21 years old.
Ah.
But I met her on the internet when she was 9.
Oh.
She was 9 years old, and she got on the what they did in Russia because of the time zone. They went to the teacher's house at 10 o'clock at night on a Friday night. And it was maybe 10 o'clock in the morning in the United States. And so they Skyped with us from the house, and I met her daughter. But what the funny thing about it was, how many of you, raise your hand if you know Harry Potter?
In fact, these students are my students, especially they are rural students, and they don't access to the Harry Potter. In fact, even though they are access to the Harry Potter, they don't have that much vocabulary, and maybe they don't have much knowledge to read that book. And
but maybe they had seen the movie.
Yeah, they might have.
But anyway, they were excited because how about SpongeBob? Have they heard of SpongeBob?
Oh, I don't think so, because these kids actually are rural students, and they don't have much exposure towards the international movies, English movies. So Bob, and we are so excited to ask you some questions. I would like to start with Sai Nagastri. Sai Nagastri, are you there?
Where are you?
Sai Nagastri. I think, yeah, Sai Nagastri, go ahead and ask your question. Yes. First of all, introduce yourself.
Wait, raise your hand so I know which one you are. Where are you? I want to know which picture. Oh, there you are. Okay. You have the little, you have the pigtails, we call them here, right?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yes, yes.
Could you wave to me?
Yes.
Sai Nagastri, are you able? Yes. Ask your question. First of all, introduce yourself. Sai Nagastri.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi sir, my name is Sai Nagastri. I am studying 7th grade. My hobbies are reading books, playing games and watching TV. My life ambition is to become a software engineer. I want to ask you one question. Can I ask, sir?
What was the question?
Sir, what is your teaching philosophy?
My teaching philosophy, okay. Nobody learns anything if they don't have fun doing it. If you don't have fun learning, you're not going to learn it. I don't believe in being a mean teacher. I like to make teaching fun.
Right.
And then it stays in your brain because you remember how much fun you had.
Yeah. More than that, Bob, I think you have mentioned that you are a magician. So
Right.
magician come teacher. I think it makes your job so thrilling. In fact, the students who attend your classes and so thrilled to see your magics in the classroom. And so, can you do similar kind of magics here in this session?
Let's see. How many of you like math?
Math, yeah. Students,
Arithmetic. Okay. I have, how many fingers?
students,
10.
respond.
How many?
10 fingers.
Okay.
10 fingers. 10
No.
fingers, sir.
11. Watch. 1, 2, 1, 2, skip, or 1, 2, skip these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait a minute, let me do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6 and 5 is 11.
So, students, do you have any questions regarding this?
Or you could take one finger off like this, see? See? And then you would only have 9.
So I think they have their own doubts, Bob.
Or here,
Yeah.
or you can take your arm. Well, let me see, get this in the picture here. And I don't think I can do this here. Let's see. Well, sometimes you have one finger is longer than the other.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. So any more magics? Of course, definitely. I request you to show one more magic, maybe in the middle of this session. So meanwhile, because children are so curious to witness these magics. So as a kid, I used to love to watch the magics because it was so thrilling for us. In fact, but it's a great science. It's a great science.
If I knew a song in India,
Yeah.
and if I just said like this, la 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 la.
Yeah.
You didn't know that if you put your fingers in your hear anything?
Yes.
I'm looking at their expressions. They're like,
Yeah. So next, who is
how
going
about some smiles? I want to see some people smiling.
Yeah. So yes, Samira, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, sir. Hello, sir. My name is Samira Khanam. I am studying 7th grade. My hobby is reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My life ambition is to become a doctor. I want to a question. Can I ask?
Yes.
How many videos have you recorded relating to teachers across the globe?
All right. How many recordings?
Oh yeah. How many?
Yeah, I now have 1,600 recordings of teachers, but some of them are the same. Some teachers, like your teacher, did, more than one. He talked about teaching during the pandemic, but he also talked about his favorite teacher.
Yeah.
So that was like two videos. So if I had 1,600 videos, I probably only had 800 teachers if they all did 2. So it might be 500 or 600 because some people might have done more than 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next, Meghana.
Oh wait, I want to ask. It hurts over here, doctor. What should I do? I hurt my thumb.
Yeah, Samira, you have a question now. So
She said she was going to be a doctor.
Yeah, definitely.
You're not going to help me?
Samira,
I want to become a doctor. Yes.
Yeah.
So what do I do about this finger?
I don't know how to do that.
You're gonna stitch it back on, sew it back on. Can you fix it?
Yes,
No?
we can fix it. No. Why? We can fix it dupe finger. Real finger won't be na. We can fix it. Real finger we can't fix it.
You can't fix it.
No,
Oh, so sad.
I can't.
Someday you will.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Samira, I think you have a great future actually. If you want to become a professional doctor, maybe surgeon, maybe I think you can do that. It's possible in medical science. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
It's your turn.
Sir, can I?
Who is the first?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir. Hi, sir. Hi, sir. Boy, sir. Jesus. Hi, sir. My name is Pulita. I'm studying sixth grade. My hobbies are watching TV, writing books, and playing games. I'm going to be a teacher. I want to ask one question. Shall I?
Yes, Pushta, go ahead and ask your question.
What were your saddest moments as a teacher?
What was my
Saddest moments as a teacher?
saddest moment?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, one sad moment was when the principal of my school told my class to come in from recess and said, 10 minutes, get inside. You need to work. And I wanted the kids to play. Another sad moment was, did they hear about the Sandy Hook or the World Trade Center? That's all, probably they weren't born yet.
Yeah.
We had a school shooting in the United States near where I was. And then we had the World Trade Center came down. They weren't things in my school, but they were things in my country.
Yeah.
Actually, we had a lot of good times. I don't remember. I try not to remember the bad moments.
Yeah.
But I remember the good ones.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Yeah.
Who is going to ask the next question?
Sir, can I?
Yes. Surya. Sai Surya.
Hi, sir. My name is Sai Surya. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My future ambition are to become a police officer. I will ask one question.
Yes, you may ask a question. What's your question?
What classes do you teach?
So, Bob, actually, what classes did you deal when you are in?
What classes did I teach?
Yeah.
Well, the way we have our school set up, we have one teacher all day, right? And I taught reading, math, social studies with like history, science. And then we have special teachers for music and physical education, gym, and art, but I would also do music and art and gym in my classroom. So we would make movies and sing songs and make music videos. The movie Toy Story? You've Got a Friend in Me. We would sing that song. And I like to teach the world to sing. And we sang a Beatles song, All You Need Is Love, Love, Love. And so we would make a lot of videos. And every time we read a book, we would make a video. And we would put music to it. So even though we had a music teacher and an art teacher, I still included that in my classroom.
Oh.
But most of the teachers just let the music teacher and the art teacher, and then they would focus on the other subjects.
Yeah.
But for example, doing global projects and using the computer to Skype with other countries, no other teacher in my school was doing it. And I tried to encourage them to do it. And they said, we don't have time. We have to teach math. We have to teach numbers. We don't have time to talk to people in other countries.
Yeah, definitely. I do agree with you.
You're very lucky that your teacher lets you do this.
Yeah. So Bob, actually, I too had the similar situation in my school. Most of the teachers, they don't like me, especially connecting my students with the rest of the world, but I don't care them.
Well, that's the way it was in my school.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. So Neeraja, do you have any question? Or Tejasvi, I will come back. Neeraja, do you have any question?
Sir, my sister want to ask a question, sir.
Okay, ask her.
Wait a minute, I thought it was going to be Nirja.
Hello,
Are you sisters?
Yes, sir.
Are you
Yes, sir.
sisters? Or just friends?
They are sisters.
Sisters. Are you twins?
I don't think so. They are
No,
twins.
sir, please,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Who's older? Who's the oldest one?
Yeah,
Raise
they
your
are
hand.
Oldest, Neeraja, raise your hand. Yeah.
You're older?
Yeah. So that girl is younger. Yeah. So Neeraja, ask your sister to pose the question.
hello, sir.
Hello.
My name is Jasmine. My
Hello.
hobbies are watching TV and playing games, writing verbs. My future ambition is software engineer. Can I ask question?
Yes.
Did you enjoy your job?
Did I
As a
enjoy my
teacher?
job
As a teacher.
as a teacher? Yeah, I enjoyed my job. As a matter of fact, how old are these students?
they
How
are,
old are they?
They are
Are
12.
they,
They are
are
12
they
to
10
15
years
years.
old?
They are 12 to 15 years only.
12 to 15.
Yeah.
My students, one of my students was 9 years old,
Uh-huh.
and now he's maybe 18.
Oh.
And yesterday on Facebook, I saw a video of him jumping out of an airplane
Oh.
with a parachute.
That's big.
Now, how much fun is that?
Yeah.
I thought he was crazy when he was 9, but now, but I still stay in touch 10 years later. I still hear from my students. So yes, I enjoyed my job.
Yeah. Yeah. So any more questions? Yeah. Tedipia.
Sir, can I ask, sir? Hi, sir. My name is Telpia. Grade. My hobbies are reading books and playing games. My life ambition is to become a software engineer. Can I ask one question, sir?
Tedipia.
What is your
Sir,
question?
can I
Tedipia, you are not visible actually. Can you turn your camera?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Ask your question.
What were you happiest moment as a teacher?
So happiest moment.
My
Yes, sir.
happiest moment?
Yeah. That's what she is asking.
That's hard. There were so many.
Yes.
It's like every day is my happiest moment. You know, yet today seems like the happiest one, and then tomorrow is better.
Yes.
And then the next day is better. Every day when the sun, you wake up and the sun is shining. And even when the sun isn't shining, like right now, today, this is my happiest moment, meeting all of you. And I wish I could come to India.
Sure.
And see, I would give you all a big hug, which they tell us not to do here. Are you teachers allowed to hug their students in India?
Yeah.
No?
We don't do that. It's not part of our culture. In fact, we don't.
It's very
yeah, it's traditional way. We have to.
okay.
Yeah.
But even in our culture, they warn us not to do that. They just say it's not right. But I do it anyway.
Yeah.
So in India, you just bow.
Yeah, but most of the students, they wish the teachers good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and just they wave the hands or something like that. But they never shake hands because it's not part of the culture. It's a different culture altogether.
Oh.
Yeah.
But see, in our school, the teachers don't they don't touch the students
Yeah.
except me. I would hug them, and the other teachers would say, "Don't do that, don't do that."
Yeah. So that's a part of affection, that the part sort of
Right.
affection and love you have towards the children, and they misunderstood somehow, I think. Yeah. Do you have any questions? Loshna, it's your time.
Okay, sir. Hi, sir. My name is Rosna. I'm studying 8th grade. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My life ambition is becoming a teacher. Can I ask one question, sir?
Yes.
What classes did you teach?
What subjects?
What classes?
Yes, sir.
What?
Oh, what class? I had one class that I taught all the subjects, but one year I was 5th grade, which was 10 and 11-year-olds. Another year I was 4th grade, which was maybe 9 years old. And then 3rd grade was 8 years old. 2nd grade was 7. I kept getting younger. Instead of everybody here goes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
I went the other way. I started with 11,
Uh-huh.
then I was 10. I got younger every year, or
Oh.
the students got younger.
Mhm.
So when I started, I was a 5th grade teacher, and when I ended, I was a 2nd grade teacher.
Yeah.
But even now, you have substitutes in India?
In fact, our school is a public school, but we don't have any substitute system in this part of world.
But do they understand
Yeah,
the concept?
but what happens if a teacher goes on a leave, long leave, and due to the medical grounds, but in that context, I think some other teacher engages the class. But it's not a substitute additional teacher. I think another teacher working in the same school and takes that responsibility of dealing that subject in that.
Well, what I wanted to tell them is, since I retired and I don't have my own class, I have been a substitute. So I can go on when school's in session, I can go on the computer, and if a teacher needs to go to the doctor, or they're ill, or they have to stay home because their child is ill and so they don't want to go to school that day, they list that they're going to be absent, and there's a group of teachers like myself who would say, "Oh, I will teach this class for one day."
Yeah.
And so I've been doing that as a substitute, and so in 1 week I might be in one class on Monday,
okay,
a different class on Tuesday, maybe on Monday mathematics. On Tuesday I might be teaching French, language class. Maybe Wednesday, Thursday I don't want to do it, so I don't go on the computer. And Friday I say, "Oh, maybe I want to go to school today," and I type in and I say, let's see, oh, they have English, social studies, science. Okay, I think art. No, maybe I'll be a music teacher. And I pick what I want, and then it tells me what school, what class, and I go. So I have been doing that, but since I retired, but those students are 16, 17, 18 years old. We call it high school here. What do you have a word? Is it university there, or is high school?
Yeah, in fact, the age group between 12 to 15 years here considered to be the high school, senior high school.
Oh, so you call it senior high school?
Senior
Yeah.
high school.
So when I was in the classroom, I was an elementary teacher, but as a retired teacher, I like to do the older students because I don't have to work that hard.
Yes.
They do all the work.
Yes, you don't have that much responsibility to teach them at the grassroots level.
Right. When I go to the high school, the teacher leaves the assignment and I just say, this is what your teacher left. And I sit there and I watch.
Yeah. So Bob, actually, I would like to ask you again, I request you, in fact, to show one more magic for my students. Is it possible now?
Let me see, what can I do? Let's see. Oh, here. This is a mind reading trick, and I think. Where's my doctor friend?
Samira, are you there?
All right, where is she?
Yeah, here is.
Okay. I think she can read minds.
Yeah.
She's so smart.
Yeah.
What's the name? Sajira?
Samira.
Amira.
Samira.
Amira.
Samira.
All right. See the paper? You can see the paper, right? There's nothing on it.
Yes.
I am going to write a word. Whoopsie. And I think that she can read my mind. All right. Before we begin, are you concentrating? Sajira.
Samira, concentrate.
Amira. Okay. They told me to be quiet. Too loud. What? Do you have any idea what word I'm thinking of? Or what word I wrote? Do you have any idea?
Samira, any guessing?
No. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Yes or no? Do you know the word? You don't guess. Do you know it?
So, Samira,
No. Well, I'll ask your teacher. Do you know the word?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Is that a no?
No. Oh,
No.
got it. I got it.
He could read my mind.
Yes. That's I think coincidence. I think that must be coincidence. Yeah. Yeah. Any more magics, Bob? I think we have 3 minutes time is left in this session, but I would like to request you to join us within few seconds from now, because this session is going to be ended within 1 minute time. I'm using this free Zoom app. So could you please join us again within 1 minute time once we end this session?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So we look forward to see a few more magics, because students are so interested in watching the magics. So since you are a magician, I think we have a great opportunity to witness your magics. So I'm going to end this session right now. I will be back within 1 minute to invite you again to our Zoom class, but let us expect a few more magics from you.
I'll think.
Yeah.